What happened to the couple who moved into the old house on the edge of town? Let's find out. It was an old house, beautiful, 2 floors, a small garden. It stood alone, silent at the end of a forgotten street. When Rafi and Neela first saw it, they knew it was perfect. Despite its old age, it was sturdy. The rooms were spacious and well ventilated, and most importantly, it was cheap. So they bought it without hesitation. They spent months fixing it up, painting the walls, redoing the floors. By the time they moved in, it was like new. At least that's how it appeared, because what they didn't know was that it also came with an unwanted bonus. The one they would soon discover in the attic. Rafi and Neela were settling in. They were unpacking boxes when Neela noticed an attic door hidden in the corner. Curiosity got the best of her. She opened the door and climbed up the creaky stairs. It was dusty and dim. Cobwebs brushed against her face. Then she saw it, leaning against the wall, covered in dust, an antique mirror. Tall, slender, framed in dark wood. It looked beautiful, despite its age. She carefully wiped off the dust. As the mirror gleamed, she gasped. Its surface rippled, distorting her reflection. It was unlike any mirror she'd ever seen. When Rafi saw it, he didn't share her enthusiasm. "Where will you put that thing?" he asked. "I think it would look nice in the bedroom," Neela replied. Rafi shook his head. "It looks creepy. Why don't we put it in the living room?" Neela insisted. "It's too big for that space." Ultimately, they compromised, placing the mirror in Neela's walk-in closet. That night, as Neela lay in bed, she felt uneasy. She kept hearing strange sounds from her closet, like whispers and murmurs. Each time she tried to listen closely, they'd fade away. In her dreams that night, she found herself underwater. She struggled to swim, but her limbs were heavy. She couldn't move. And then she heard a voice right next to her ear. "Help me." She jolted awake, her heart pounding. Was it just a dream or something more? In the morning, she told Rafi about her unsettling dream. "Oh, come on, Neela, it was probably just a dream. Don't let your imagination run wild," Rafi said, chuckling. He thought her reaction was over the top, but Neela wasn't convinced. She felt unsettled, like someone or something was watching her. Then it happened again that night. She heard whispers coming from the mirror. Each night it got worse, the whispers growing louder, more desperate. Finally, one night as Neela sat by the bed, staring at the mirror, she saw something unbelievable. Written on the mirror in tiny droplets of water, she read, "Let me in." She screamed, her voice echoing through the house. When Rafi rushed in, he saw no sign of anything unusual. The mirror looked clear. "You have to believe me," Neela cried. "I saw a message. It said, 'Let me in.'" Rafi held her hand, trying to comfort her. "Neela, there's nothing there. It's just a mirror. Your mind is playing tricks on you." But deep down, even he couldn't shake off a shiver. Days passed and Neela grew paler. She stopped talking, spending most of her time staring at the mirror. One morning, Rafi found her sitting by the mirror with a strange smile on her face. It was a smile he'd never seen before, cold and hollow. When he asked her what was wrong, she didn't answer. She just kept smiling. Later that night, he had a terrifying dream. He was in their bedroom. The mirror was glowing an eerie green. He walked towards it, drawn by an invisible force. He reached out to touch it when he saw her reflection. It wasn't Neela, it was a young girl with long, wet hair covering her face. The girl looked at him, her eyes black and soulless. Then she smiled, revealing teeth that were sharp and long. Suddenly, Neela appeared behind him, whispering, "She's here. She's free." Then the darkness consumed him. He woke up gasping, drenched in sweat. The mirror seemed to be pulsating. He got out of bed and approached it cautiously. Standing beside him was Neela. She looked back at him, her eyes vacant. When he asked her if everything was all right, she turned away without answering. Her reflection didn't follow her movement. It continued to stare at them both, unblinking. Fear tightened Rafi's throat. He wanted to scream, but no sound came out. The mirror's surface rippled, and the girl with the sharp teeth emerged. She pushed against the glass with her hands, which seemed to be stuck inside the mirror. Then she turned her head, her neck twisting at an unnatural angle. Her eyes met Rafi's, and he could see the hunger in them. Suddenly, Neela stepped forward. "Here," she whispered, touching the glass. Her reflection didn't respond. Instead, the girl inside the mirror reached out and grabbed Neela's arm. Neela screamed. Rafi instantly reacted, grabbing Neela and pulling her away from the mirror. The following days were tense. Neela refused to talk, spending most of her time in the bedroom. The mirror was covered with a sheet, but sometimes Raffi would catch Neela staring at it. Her eyes were distant, like she was seeing something that wasn't there. Then one night, as Raffi slept, he heard commotion coming from the bedroom. He woke up with a start. He could hear voices whispering frantically. When he got up and went to the bedroom, he saw that the mirror had shattered. On the floor lay broken pieces of glass, and in the center was a single word written in lipstick: switch. A few days later, Raffi found Neela standing in the middle of their now empty house. Their furniture was gone, even the wardrobe where the mirror had been. Neela stood motionless, staring straight ahead. "Neela," he called out, his voice echoing in the empty house. There was no response. He stepped closer, his heart sinking as he saw the lipstick mark on her lips. It was the same lipstick that had been used to write on the mirror. As he reached out to touch her, Neela suddenly turned. Her eyes were vacant, her face devoid of any emotion. Her gaze was fixed on some unseen point in the distance, and on her lips was still that sinister smile. "She's free now," she whispered, her voice echoing in the empty house. Then everything went black. Some say that house is still empty, that mirror still waiting. Perhaps the girl finally got her chance to escape. Or maybe, just maybe, she's still waiting for someone else to switch places with. But what do you think? What happened to the couple? And how do you explain Neela's transformation? Share your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed this tale, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.